Your girl is basking and we are getting prepped and ready for the day, my friends. And today I am so excited to take you through my no makeup routine for summer. And what is the no makeup routine, you ask? It's been a while since I've done a video or a makeup look like this, but it's something that I really gravitate towards, especially when the summer months roll around. And when it's hot and I'm sweaty, this is definitely a look that I go to on a daily basis. And I want to show you guys my current lineup for my little go-to no makeup look. And I've been doing it especially lately because I haven't been wearing a lot of mascara or eye products in general on a daily basis. So this is just a perfect go-to look for me. It's super quick to do in the morning. I've been trying to teach myself how to do rollers. It's such a fail, but I put the rollers up, doing my little no makeup look, and I am ready to head out the door. And if I wanted to add more makeup later, this is a really good base makeup look in general to do. So without further ado, my friends, let's zoom in and do a very natural no makeup look on this face. That was so awkward. Wow. So starting off with the base, I've already done my skincare and I've put my moisturizer on, and I'm really trying to remove any excess products from this routine. I want to keep it as simple and short as possible. So I'm not actually going to go in with any primers or anything. I'm just going to kind of try to multitask as much as possible, and that's a big key word for the whole no makeup look. Just use as many multitasking products as possible and you can keep it nice and short and sweet. So I have my little bag here. This is a sweet little Dior bag that I just have a little daily makeup in that I keep at my bathroom counter for these days when I'm just doing my quick makeup. And the final step in my skincare routine is always sunscreen. And so I'm just gonna try and do a little multitask all in one and just double up my base makeup and my sunscreen and use this lovely little tint. This is the Nude Sticks Nude Screen. I have the tint-free cool shade and I also have the warm tint. And adding in the warm tint to this just adds a really nice warm glow all over the skin. Obviously, depending on your skin tone will determine what shades you want to use, but I like to add a little bit of the warm tint, and that's going to be our starting baseline. So we're kind of just doubling up here, putting a little tint all over the skin, and that'll just give a really healthy, fresh glow instantly. So I'm taking a little squirt of the tint-free one, and I'm taking a little squeeze of the warm tint. I'm going to mix those together in my hands, and you can see it just leaves a really beautiful, there's just a warmth to it, a nice warm tint. I'm gonna put that all over the skin, and this is so beautiful on its own. And by having the tint, like, this doesn't add any coverage, but there's just a little something. Adding that healthy glow just helps to make it all better. And so now we've got our sunscreen and a tint covered. Now, if we wanna go in with any additional coverage, we then go in with concealer. And I've been doubling up on my concealers. I'm kind of testing out a new little combo at the moment. This is the NYX Bare With Me concealer, and this is the Rodial Banana Low Lighter. And I've kind of been using a little mixture of these two. I wanna add some brightness, especially when doing some no makeup. I still wanna try to bring some life into my face. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this low lighter and I'm just putting that underneath the eyes and also just on the high points. I always say high points. It's not technically high points. I'm literally just putting this on my nose, my forehead, and my chin just to bring some brightness to that area. And this shade in particular is a little bit lighter than my skin tone, so this is gonna help just brighten and bring some light to my face without being like too intense with the coverage. And then the NYX Bare With Me concealer, this one is more my skin tone shade, and so I'm going to use that for any coverage that I want around my face. So I'm just squeezing a little pump on the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna, have some very large, lovely friends here. And I'm just gonna pretty much put that all over because this concealer in particular, well, it's called a concealer serum, and it really has that finish like a serum. It kind of just melts into the skin and is so undetectable on the face and just gives you the most beautiful natural coverage ever. So wherever I want the coverage, I'm kind of just putting that all around in a big way. And then typically if I'm doing my no makeup look, I'm in a bit of a rush. So that's when I reach for my foundation brushes. So I'm just gonna use that and blend out the NYX Bare With Me concealer. We can always go in after and add more. We still have more on the back of our hand, but I'm just gonna really softly blend that in all over the face. And I'm just kind of doing that layer first. And then I'm gonna go ahead and blend out the lighter shade, and it'll just kind of mix all together super nicely. And my biggest issue when I'm using brushes is I often find that I see the brush strokes. And sometimes there's certain areas where I can't really comfortably get with my little brush, and that's where like the tip of the Beauty Blender comes in handy, especially getting underneath the eyes. But I'll try and blend it out as much as I can. And then I'll just follow with my finger after and just really lightly pat underneath. Like especially underneath my eyes and kind of around my nose, just this little center area. And it'll just really help to push and melt that product into the skin. And once you're done fiddling with your concealer, we're gonna go in with cream bronzer. And when I tried the new Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer, I have this one in the shade Light Medium, I was like, this is going to be the perfect product for that go-to no makeup look because it's super light, it's not too pigmented, and it just looks very, very natural on the skin. Listen, any cream bronzer or contour will do, but this one is just like, I feel like it's just made for no makeup. So I'm also going to pair it with this little dual-sided It Cosmetics brush, which makes it really easy to just do a quick makeup. I'm going to start with the big side, do the bronzing on my face, and then take the little end and use that for the nose and the eye, which is perfect. It just makes it super quick and easy. So using the big side here and just taking a good amount of that product, I'm going to use that to bronze up and warm up the entire complexion. And so I'm starting on the cheeks. This is a really nice big fluffy brush, so you don't have to be too precise with it. You can kind of just slap it on and it just blends out so nicely. And I'm starting that on my cheeks and I'm blending it up towards my hairline. And then I'm going to take it on my forehead and just basically bronzing up and giving warmth to the entire perimeter of my face. And you can see that it's just so soft and it blends in so smoothly into the skin. You can hardly tell. It's just the most natural bronzer ever. I'm going to take a little bit of that on my jawline as well. And then I'm going in with the small end, taking a little bit of product and just running that down my nose. Got to make sure that we add the bronzer here. And I'm kind of just taking it right up towards my brow. I also like to run a little bit under my lips. Sometimes I forget to do that, but I feel like it makes a really nice difference, just adding some depth there. And keeping it nice and sanitary, I'm also gonna place that onto my eyes. Like I said, I'm not really gonna be putting any eye makeup on, but it's nice to just bring a little bit of that warmth to the eyelids as well. So I'm just pressing that all over the lid, right up into the tear duct, whoop, all around. And then we can just take the big side and just kind of blend that into the face makeup. I'm going to do a healthy little spritz of my Benefit Professional Super Setter here just to make sure that everything stays put. And this will also just help to kind of soak it into the skin as well. Now, while our setting spray is soaking in and doing its magic, I'm trying to be really good about remembering to do this beforehand, but especially when it comes to no makeup, the brows are going to be the focal point. I know sometimes it can take a long time to do our brows, but I try to use products that make that as easy as possible. And the e.l.f. Brow Lift is something that has just like changed my brow game. It is such an amazing dupe for any brow product that's out there. You really can't beat the price. And if you want those big, bushy, natural, feathery brows, this is the product to use. So I like to do this at this point in my makeup so I can remember to let it dry and set, and that makes it easier and faster to apply the products on top of it after. So I'm just taking a little bit of that product onto a spoolie, and I'm going to just, like, obviously it depends on how you do your brows and what kind of products you use and how you want your brows to look, but I really just love to do the bigger the better when it comes to the brows. So I use this to slick up my hairs, literally just like slick it right up. And I kind of just take my finger and run it over after, because sometimes if you're doing this like after your base products, there can be a little bit of buildup. So I just kind of smooth it over and make sure that there's no like big balls sticking up, big balls of product. Just kind of give it just a little pet. And so we're going to let that set. We're going to let that dry down, let the tackiness go away a little bit. And now I'm going to go ahead and use some powder. This is my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder. And this is nice. Like you guys know, I've been using a lot of under eye setting powder, loose powders. But when I'm doing a no makeup look, I want to keep it really nice and light and simple. I want that juiciness and that glow to remain in the skin. And so we'll just condense it to one powder. And I just do a lovely dusting of this all over and really focus that under the eyes, because this for me is where I just get a lot of movement under here, and it's also somewhere that just like can look really shiny for me, especially when I'm doing these glowy products. So I pretty much just focus the powder in the center of the face. Don't forget the eyelids, and I will also just run a little bit of that on top of the brows. Sometimes I ruin things a little bit and I just have to reshape it, just do. But now our base products are going to be set in and not budging and not shiny where we need them to be. So next step here, I'm going to go in with a powder bronzer, and this is the second product in the little Makeup by Mario duo. This is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Perfector, aka, for me anyway, this is a powder bronzer. Use whatever powder bronzer you like, but I'm going to take my Refro 5 brush and just swirl all of the shades together. I'm basically putting that everywhere that we put the cream bronzer, but it's just nice to layer them up. It's kind of like setting the rest of the products, making it last a little bit longer, but it also has that really nice like glow element to it. So it's just gonna really make your skin look like it is lit from within. I also totally forgot to put the cream bronzer on my neck, but do that too, just to make sure that everything matches. Speaking of bronzing, I also actually wanted to note that if you are a pale gal like me and you want to add some warmth in, I've recently been adding the tanning drops into my skincare routine. So adding a couple little drops of a little face tanner to your face moisturizer makes you wake up glowing. If you want to add an extra layer of summer to the skin. I'm just taking a little eyeshadow brush and doing a little layer of that on the eyelid as well, just kind of blending it all in with the face. This isn't necessary. It's something that I like to do kind of depending on the day, depending on how I'm feeling, but you can also just take that powder bronzer and run it along your lower lash line as well. I go through phases, and sometimes I do this every single day, and sometimes I kind of just don't feel like it. So just do whatever you feel. I felt like I needed it today. Do what you want with your body. Now I know this next step might be a little bit counterintuitive because we've already applied powder, but I'm gonna go ahead and apply a cream blush. This is the NARS, sorry, it's a liquid blush. This is the NARS Orgasm liquid blush. I don't know why, this is like not a new product by any means, but I bought this shade because I saw a TikTok and I was like, oh my God, this blush looks amazing. How have I never tried this? So I have been giving this a little roll, loving it for an everyday blush. Blush to me is very important, especially when I'm trying to achieve that very like natural, fresh glow. I feel like it just brings life and color back to my face, depending on what I'm feeling that day, or perhaps how tanned I am will kind of determine what color of blush I want to go for. So if I want something like really glowy and warm and bronzy and summery, I'll go for my Nude Sticks Picante shade. This is my little blush collaboration with Nude Sticks. But if I want something a little bit more natural, I'll go for a cool toned pink, and that's just kind of what I'm rocking with these days. So I'm gonna take one pump. Like, you don't even need one pump, truly. Like, if you can do like a little half pump, you get so much pigment out of this. Truly, truly, a little bit goes a long way. I'm gonna take my Rephr 04 brush, and I will just really softly apply that onto my cheeks. And for that more like natural feeling blush, I kind of just really bring it right up into my hairline and give it a little blend with the bronzer. And this blush actually has quite a bit of glow to it. It's not a matte blush by any means, so I don't feel like I need to add highlighter as well, but it just gives a really nice natural pink flush to the skin. It just adds color to my face and just helps me look a little bit more awake and alive. Let's go ahead and move on to our lips. I have absolutely been loving this Makeup Forever Wherever Walnut 606 Artist Pencil. It's a color that's really close to my natural lip shade, which is very key when you're wanting no makeup makeup. And I'm just gonna use that to line my lips. And I take my finger and just kind of blend that in to the rest of my lip, just to bring some shape and definition back to the lips. If you want to overline it a little bit, make your lips look a little bit more plump, whatever you want to do. I personally feel very naked without lip liner. You can totally leave the lips like this. You can apply some liquid lip balm after if your lips are feeling a little bit more dry, but I just want to bring a little touch of pink into the lips. I'm also going to take my Revlon. This is the Super Lustrous Shine lipstick in So Sleek Pink, and I'm literally just going to take a little, or a lot of, just a tiny little bit of that right in the center of the lip. And I'm just gonna pat that in. I love these lipsticks so much. They're so juicy and delicious. And it just ties in a little bit of that pink. And I feel like this shade in particular goes really well with that NARS Orgasm blush. And now for the finishing touch, my friends, we're gonna finish the brows. I have been so thrilled with the Benefit Brow Microfilling Pen. I have been using a deeper shade than I would typically use, and it just makes doing your brows so quick. Now, I never used to be able to use this with products like the e.l.f. Brow Lift because it would just be too sticky and goopy, and it would just kind of ruin the product. So now that I've been letting it dry, I'm able to use a product like this Benefit Microfilling Brow Pen, and it just makes it so easy. It literally has 3 prongs. I don't know if you can see the 3 little prongs, and it just like draws 3 hairs on, so it makes filling in your brows a lot faster and easier. So I just need to like hold my breath while I do this, and I'm just gonna fill in my brows with it. And then I just take a little brow pencil and just use that to just really quickly like run that in the tail of my brow. Is it 3 brow products to do my brows? Yes, but I feel like it's been making all the difference. I'm gonna do a final spritz of my setting spray. And this, my friends, is the finished makeup look. I feel like my hair type or my hair health was just not made for rollers. How do the people on TikTok do it so easily? No, it literally rips my hair out. I'm balding. I can't do it. So with the hair out of the way, my friends, this is the finished makeup look. This is going to be my go-to look all summer long. I can adjust it here and there, add or remove products wherever I need to, but this is just a really nice way to freshen up the complexion, give a little love to the brows and lips, and just make me feel overall more put together, glowing. My skin's protected, and it's just a really nice, fresh, and natural no makeup look. That's just one of my go-tos whenever I need to be really quick in the morning. If I'm not talking through this, I can definitely get through this makeup look as quickly as I need to, and it's just been one of my favorite go-to looks, and I'm excited to see where it takes me this summer. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope it was helpful, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below what your go-to no makeup look consists of. Let us know. I hope you're all having a beautiful day or night wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you all very soon for a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye!